Welcome back to Barrier Blitz, everyone. It is 4 o'clock on the East Coast, 1 o'clock on the West, and we have all 9 runners gunning for world record today at Pokemon Speedruns TV. My name is T-Pat. I'm joined by, just here so he won't get fined, Nyx Pixels, and our eyes in the sky, Shelty Sai. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. It's also 6 p.m. in Argentina. I am offended that you did not mention that, but it's fine.
You know what?
Doesn't matter.
Time zones. Time zones are difficult.
Yeah.
Aren't there like 27 total time zones because around the international date line, like the Marshall Islands, like extend
half hour or something?
Yeah.
You've never seen
too far to the east.
You've never seen Australia's time zones? That one's crazy. Australia has like 6 rotating different time zones. It's crazy. They have time zones for north
some of them
south
are on
too.
Like the half hour, right?
Yes. It's crazy.
Always confuses me, especially around like New Year's Eve, and I'm on TV at 5 a.m. and it's just like, and here at 5:30, Australia has celebrated New Year's Day, and it's just like, why at the half hour? Never even know.
You know what? Why not?
Do you think Hoenn has one universal time zone, or will they have 2 time zones?
I mean, Hoenn's a pretty big region, especially laid out like east to west, right?
Yeah, Hoenn's pretty big. It's also pretty wide too. Chad, what do you think?
I could see like Moss Deep and like Victory Road and Evergrande City being on like +1 or like +30 minutes just to mess with the rest of Hoenn.
I think everything east of Mount Chimney would be like
that's like the division of time zones. Yeah.
And there's a great
East Chimney time and West Chimney time.
West Chimney time. That's great.
Well, yeah, let us know in the chat what you think the Hoenn time zone should be. I guess we should talk a little bit about the action. What do you say?
Just maybe.
Just a little bit. Just a recap coming into today. Again, 9 runners all trying to break the world record barriers, and you will see a mix of some Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. In fact, we are kind of blessed right now to have all 9 of our very talented runners going right now. 7 of them are on Omega Ruby. 2 of them are on Alpha Sapphire. That would be Headbob and Wartab. So those world records, by the way, is 2:52.09 for Omega Ruby and 2:53.57 for Alpha Sapphire. Both actually held by Headbob. So if somebody breaks those barriers, we may have a new world record holder. Unless Headbob wants to break it again. Because let's face it, Headbob always wins. Or at least so I've been told. Right now, it looks like our deepest... Yeah. Right now, deepest into the run is Poke Guy, who actually does not have a time on the board yet, just entered Victory Road. And then we also have Tucker Lurat is on a pretty deep run, an hour and a half in. Looks like they just got the Latio. So those are kind of our 2 deepest runners right now. Kind of a mix most everywhere else. Right now we have Wave Warrior on the primary screen. 44 minutes in. Is that... that's got to be getting close to probably one of my favorites. Oh, this is the Rival 2 fight.
Yeah, this is Rival 2. Trulia is also approaching Rival 2.
You could say they're almost racing at this stage.
Yeah, we got people on all stages of the game right now. I would like to request a shout out and hugs and prayers for our boy Lucas, who got disgustingly wiped at Lysa Tane. Never before seen. Turn 1 sunny day plus light screen plus hypnosis hit. Heartbreaking, truly, but they managed to pick themselves back up and start again. That is
not that is not easy. I will admit it's been a while since I've played Omega Ruby myself. Though my first vanilla speedrun was Omega Ruby, and in the months and months that I speedran that game, I never saw that. I had never saw Sunny Day plus light screen as a lead, and even that's kind of rare because turn 1 you would go Surf X special attack. And you should at least be able to get the Lunatone off, or if not, it's pretty close. But it was one of those cases where the absolute worst case scenario. One
the range there with light screen, or
I think it's just an outright range because since Surf is a spread move in double battles,
it hits three.
It does take away from its maximum possible damage. So you are in a +2 range even to begin with, especially if your special attack is not even like perfect, but even like okay special attack. It is still a range to get the Lunatone off on the first.
I'm just looking at the notes. It just says TNL free. So.
Yeah. Oh yes. No. Usually yes. Usually it is. It should be. But yeah, about that. You know what they say about statistics? Humans are really bad at probability.
Yeah.
And understanding probability.
Funny enough, I think Oras is one of these games. Like, this is a really, really good speedrun in the way that it features like two different kinds of like bad fights. As I was taught, like, in Pokemon speedrunning, and I suppose this is true for most RPG speedruns, is that there are two different types of bad fights. There's the fights that you can lose or die to, and then there's the kind of fights where you can just lose time. Like, you're not really in danger of dying, but it's going to take so many extra turns that you're going to lose a lot of time. And this game has, like, a plethora of both kinds of fights. TNL is mostly that second one, but
no, it's not Pokeguy. Don't worry about it. But yeah, truly past Rebel 2. I believe they were dead to crit pursuit there, but it's fine. Everything's fine, and we're past it. Wait, hold on. I gotta do a shout out. Sock is on screen right now. Can we focus Pokeguy screen? Sock is one of my best. Sorry. So one of my best friends. Her girlfriend. Her favorite Pokemon is Sock. They only got into Pokemon last year. They managed to dodge the franchise for the almost 30 years it's been alive, and they got into Pokemon really, really recently. And Sock is their favorite Pokemon. I just wanted to shout them out. Anyway,
you know what they say? Like, every Pokemon is somebody's favorite. So
yes, I'm always saying this.
Even Electros, as we found out in ZA, it's someone's favorite.
You know what? As long as your favorite Pokemon isn't Charizard, it's fine.
Yeah, Charizard.
Whoa,
so powerful.
Actually, no. You know what? I forgive Charizard fans. The ones I don't forgive are Bidoof fans. Y'all love that thing ironically. Y'all don't love it genuinely. I'm starting beef. Charlie, thank you for the raid. Welcome Raiders. T-Bad, what do you explain to the Raiders what they expect from the stream?
Welcome into raiding party. Welcome to Barrier Blitz. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4th time we've done Barrier Blitz for a variety of different games. You're watching, not necessarily, think of it like an async race. All 9 of our runners have 2 days to try to break the world record in either Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. Whoever gets the fastest time overall will win, and we'll explain the asterisks on that statement in a bit. But really, between today and tomorrow, you're going to see all 9 of these runners trying to get the best possible time, if not outright world record, in either Pokemon Omega Ruby or Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. So far, the fastest today, day 1, truly got a 2:55.38 in Omega Ruby, and that is the lead time right now. But to put that into perspective, that is over 3 minutes behind the world record of 2:52.09. So there's plenty of time to be gained. There's plenty of danger around every single corner. So we're giving all of our runners 12 hours on Saturday and 12 hours on Sunday to try to get the top time possible. The winner will take home the largest chunk of a now $900 prize pool. So a little bit of an incentive on the line. All in good fun.
That's
at
a pretty
the end
nice
of the day.
incentive there.
Mm-hmm.
I heard from behind stage, from producers and such, that if the prize pool reaches $1,000, there'll be a special surprise. You'll be able to see a special effect in the bottom right. By which they mean that the tracker might break itself, but it'd be fun to watch anyways.
Whoa, 4 digits, scary. I wish I were 1,000 there.
4 times on Kip. seems insane as roll with the kip they got. A lot of people in early game, some people in mid game.
It looks like Pokeguy's finished with the Wally fight, so he's about to start Elite Four.
Yeah, so let's focus in on Pokeguy really for like the next 10 minutes or so as we get through the Elite Four section here, because as mentioned, Pokeguy does not have a time on the board. Everybody is at least sub 3, and again, that is the Hall of Fame timing, not post credits. We won't get into that part of the discussion right now. But going into the Elite Four, each of the fights has a little bit of a quirk to them. Some a little bit easier than others, and I can tell you that in Omega Ruby, the easiest fight is Glacia. In Alpha Sapphire, the most difficult fight is Glacia. So depending on which version you have very much different style Elite Four battles. But the thing I'm most curious about for Pokeguy is if we will be seeing red orb strats, or how many times we will be seeing the red orb strats.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, you could do a whole dissertation and, I don't know, 40-slide PowerPoint presentation on all the different nuances that there are with the E4, the differences between Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, if you're using the orbs or not, what strats you're using, how many times you have to pick a god and pray that you don't get hit by sheer cold.
Yeah, all that. But I can say this about as we get started with the Sydney fights. For Omega Ruby, there's basically two lines. I would say the traditional line is the non-red orb line. So red orb is the item that turns Groudon into Primal Groudon, and the animation for that takes quite a while. Like, think of how we don't try to Terrastalize in Scarlet and Violet, because that's a slow animation. The trade-off is that the red orb would grant the fire typing to Groudon, which can be quite good, especially on this particular fight. But if you don't use the red orb fight, you're just going to set up your sword stances, whereas the Mightyena will have swagger and try to confuse you. So you're trying to balance how, setting up X speeds or setting up X attacks or sword stances. And that is going to be the line that Pokeguy will take here, instead of the red orb fight, which is just clicking the overheat button 3 times, and overheat is a 90% accuracy move. So it's some push and shove. It is 100 base
power, though. It's very strong.
To put it into and it would take advantage of the fire typing and the Desolate Land ability, so it really does power up overheat in a big, big way.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, you can literally have a 0 special attack Groudon, and it would still sweep with overheat. Desolate Land, Fire Stab, and not to mention a plus 60 to this base special attack stat up on the Primal version, and it is crazy. It does a lot of damage.
And even though overheat drops your special attack by 2 stages after each uses, I believe it's actually this Cacturn that's on the screen. When you're at -4 special attack, even the 0 minus special attack Groudon, low roll, does the exact amount of damage it needs to.
Yeah.
It can also make things like this Sharpedo even a little safer, because it still tries to Aqua Jet, and it doesn't realize that water moves don't work in the sun and all that. But in this case,
AI is not aware. It's not cognizant of that.
Yeah, the AI has a very, very weird... The AI and weather in this game doesn't really understand. They didn't take their meteorology lessons going through this game. I think they got to go back to the Weather Institute on this one. Just the way the AI calculates how much damage it deals, it kind of ignores or forgets about certain weather effects, as well as certain stat boosts or drops. So it makes the AI a little bit quirky and funky when it comes to those calculations. Looks like he's going to be using
the red orb strats on Phoebe.
Yeah, so red orb strats for Phoebe tries to avoid getting cursed turn 1. So again, getting the boosts from the Desolate Land and the Fire Stab, as well as the increased special attack on its base. By just clicking Overheat, you will be able to KO the lead Dusclops so long as you hit. If not, you're actually setting up a sword stance. You take the curse hit, and the risk here is that, curse does a quarter damage to you, so in 4 turns you'll die. what's cool is that you get a level up in the middle of this fight, so you actually gain a little HP, just enough to be able to survive 4 ticks of Curse and still have 2 or 3 HP left over. You risk the Sableye, which knows Fake Out, but for whatever reason does not tend to go for it. But it is not impossible. It's kind of like a Hitmonlee has feints in Let's Go, but like no one's ever seen it except for Randall Eats Cheese. So one of those kind of weird quirks of this fight.
Shout out to Randall.
And by the way, the Barrier Blitz pool is now up to $1,000.
Let's go!
The big
and
one.
The tracker didn't break.
It didn't break. Wow. It actually didn't break. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. My bad, producers. Anyways, let's go.
Down, boy. All right, let's see. Oh, you got the overheat missing the Curse.
Overheat missing the Curse. Into full restore. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, a little funky here because you are going to take those curse hits. But like I mentioned, you do get that level up, so you can tell that this Groudon's still in green. Oh no! Gets the Fake Out on the Sableye! No. So that is going to be really detrimental in this fight.
Yikes.
That is going to lose a lot of time.
You just have to eat it. Oh, Foul Play does a 4 billion damage because it's like a base 180 attack or some dumb thing.
Yeah, and you have also have increased. It uses your stats, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
so
it uses your attack stats straight up. It uses your attack stats straight up, and this is a plus attack nature Groudon. That Foul Play is gonna hurt.
Yeah, still taking the curse ticks, and at this point now we're not getting the benefit from that little itty bitty level up HP. It's like you're just straight up dead to that next tick. Is this going to be the last Pokemon? Not quite. So. It's going to have to full restore.
Not. So it's to heal again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's because we have the Dusk Noir is the last Pokemon that comes into play here. So this is a very, very slow version of the fight. Obviously, Pokeguy had this was the only line if you miss Overheat, but now it's like you gotta heal, get hit, you're taking the Curse Tick, then you KO, take a Curse Tick, and then you repeat for 3 straight Pokemon.
This is definitely one of those time losses you mentioned earlier on fights that can kill you versus fights that can kind of kill your face.
No, this is gonna kill the Groudon! It's gonna kill. Set up the sword dance.
Oh no!
That's a win.
That is unbelievably unfortunate for Pokeguy to get all the way to Phoebe and still end up dying in the end. 07's, 07's in chat for Pokeguy.
Well, according to the man themselves, good run, sucked, good de-rust. Anyways, I was barely able to read that. Never mind. Well, you know, just click next run. That's how a Pokeguy do. But yeah, if something could have gone wrong in that fight, it went wrong. Phoebe's Law, we'll call it. Anyways.
Yeah, and that is a bit of the curse, no pun intended, for the Omega Ruby side of that, is that the Sydney and the Phoebe fights are the more difficult two out of those Elite Four. Glacia and Drake tend to be a little bit more tame, and even Steven isn't too much of an issue. It's really just like, did I get toxic at the wrong time or the ideal time of that particular fight? Yeah, really unfortunate, but as Pokeguy said, bit of a D-Rust still. Pokeguy, if I remember correctly, Pokeguy and Headbob were tied for world record at one point a few years ago, so obviously more than capable enough of getting back to that level. And I mean, we know Pokeguy, he could just pick up any game and be one of the best.
They call Pokeguy the men's shampoo of Pokemon speedrunning.
They do they?
But
Etiquette pointed out,
Etiquette obviously not locking into his run, providing some extra context on that fight.
You're so mean.
But But what Etiquette said in chat is true. Says that the issue is the turn order changes with the red orb, and that is true. That does bring out the Sableye second instead of the bayonets, if I remember correct. No, the Dust Noir usually comes out second in the non-red orb fight. The idea with
don't quote me on this. The reason is because Foul Play does so much damage that Phoebe just starts she sees the chance and that's why she goes for it.
Yeah, I remember as part of that dissertation is that the idea of the red orb is that while you are losing time to not only equipping it but also the animation on each of the fights, is that should you hit every single one of your overheats, even from Sydney through Phoebe, you tend to not even have to heal at all until after Glacia. So you're going 3 straight fights, never have to open the menu, never have to switch over your items until it's absolutely necessary before Drake. Because the red orb is required on Glacia. So,
yes,
bit of a trade-off. You're risking your 90% for this very fluid feeling, first sector of the Elite Four, but the risk is you miss once, and all that goes out the window in a hurry.
Well, that's kind of the nature of speedrunning.
Yeah, that is the nature of speedrunning. No, you're fine. I do want to mention, while we were laser focused on the Pokeguy POV, it seems that half of the runners trucked. Both the people that were in early game and in mid game. So yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot of the big game right now. I think Tucker's the only one on a run right now. Yeah. Tucker with the RNG cloned Pokemon. How did he do it? Mods, verify this. What do you mean all 3 of his Pokemon have the same age? He don't even
what do we got here?
Yet.
We got
he don't even got ground on. He already knows Yavis.
It's not lonely. It's not lonely. It's the opposite of lonely nature.
Oh, it's because Spice Bunny? Oh, I see.
What is the opposite of lonely?
Bold. Plus
bold. No, I was being philosophical there, but okay.
Oh. Yeah, well, you guys discuss that. I'm gonna go get some water. Be right.
Yeah, if we're not lonely, that means we're all hanging out here live on Pokemon Speedruns TV on Twitch. Because there's so many of us here. No one's lonely.
I'm not lonely, I'm my dog.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we heard Trixie barking before we went live.
Yeah, she's been behaving so far, so.
Has Trixie gotten her treats today?
Of course she has. She always gets her treats.
I'm counting how many people are in early game. We've got 1,
and I think it's everyone 4, except
5.
For Tucker.
There's 6 people, including Pokeguy, that are looking for a Mudkip, and then Headbob and Insane are in Roxanne's gym right now, which is kind of that first hurdle. Actually, it looks like Insane's on very, very good pace, getting out of Roxanne before 21, 22 minutes isn't too bad. The absolute gold standard is a sub 20 Roxanne. I've been lucky to get it once, and that's really only one wild encounter all the way through Roxanne, and then every fight went pretty good, including the Poochyena early and whatnot.
Insane out of Roxanne with a 1 HP Mudkip. Let's go.
Well, yeah, sub 21 Roxanne is very, very good. So a nice early game start for Insane. And Headbob is kind of in that same spot as well. Here comes the nose pass.
Oh, I love the Schrodinger's Mudkip right now. You absolutely know
it's
not a special defense, and everything else is a toss-up. You don't know what it is until you look inside.
Roxanne fight's actually kind of interesting because the nose pass does have Rock Tomb. That does do quite a lot of damage, and it will go for it if it sees that it's slower. But as soon as the nose pass is faster, it will start clicking Tackle, which does a little less damage and is more ideal for us, but we always have to manage where our HP is at. Headbob also getting out of Roxanne in just under 21 minutes, so an excellent start as well for Headbob on this particular run. Even though that low HP looks scary, it's always nice to get a couple torrent hits in there, isn't it?
Yeah, gotta get that red bar time save.
Red bar time save. You're funny.
I'm just here because I'm a personality hire. It's fine.
Alright, seems Wave Warrior is also going on break. War Tab has not been able to play the game for the past hour. Definitely the dark side of ORS speedrunning, trucking, and mudkip resets. There's actually a lot to be said about that.
That's still crazy bad, because what's it, like a 40% chance to get a runnable kip?
It's 42%.
42%, yes.
42%. Very infamous number. 42%. Nick, Shelty, do you know about the runnable stats for the mudkip?
The document I have pulled up does. So if you look and see, what you're looking for is level 6, 14 attack, 13 is runnable but not ideal. 10 defense and special attack, your special defense doesn't really matter. And you want 10 speed. 9 is apparently fine if you have a nice speed nature, but nobody likes that.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So in regards to that, attack is definitely the most useful of the stats, though you kind of need a very well-rounded mudkip altogether. But it's very simple. More attack, better. Especially in this generation of game, being that this is the Gen 6 remake and not the Gen 3, that we have the new physical special split. So moves
new to Gen 6 special split?
Yeah, the not new to Gen 6. It occurred in Gen 4. Where certain types of moves, certain types of water moves, like Waterfall, for example, are now physical moves, as opposed to back in Gen 3, where if it were water, it was just special. And Mudkip has a slightly better attacking stat than special attacking stat. And we're able to utilize moves, especially like Strength and Bulldoze, to very great effect. So that's why attack ends up being the most important stat here. 13 is technically runnable, but I don't think we're going to see any of our runners take a 13 attack Mudkip. Because it will just lose time. You'll just start missing ranges, or things will be 2 shots instead of 1 shots, and it is going to add up over time pretty quickly, especially in that first half of the game. As far as
I know, I was taught that 14 attack is non-negotiable.
That's how I always looked at it.
Yeah, that's how I was taught. Like, if people take 13s every now and then, like, more power to them, or less power to them, because it's objectively less power. But yeah.
And then moving over to special attack, again, not as important, but one of the first moves that Mudkip gets is Water Gun, so you kind of want usable special attack for Water Gun, and then Echoed Voice, which will be a very important move through kind of the that latter stage of the Mudkip game. The special attack is very much a requirement for fights like Rival 2 in order to KO things like the Grovyle cleanly, because any lower special attack and then you're risking getting hit with some 4 times effective grass moves.
Everyone loves those quite effective moves.
Yeah.
Not a lot you can negotiate with your Mudkip stats, because the defensive stats are good. You need attack. You cannot be slower. You need to hit some very key speed thresholds throughout the run. And it's not like you can go all in on attack and completely ignore special attack, because we're going to be using Echoed Voice, maybe.
Yeah. In terms of, I will say this, for speed, you would think like you get, access to X items pretty early on. So like, what's the risk of just like using an extra X speed in order to cover for that speed? Problem is that money is tight in the early game. You only have like a finite amount of dollars. So that speed threshold is really like an X speed threshold. You need to have enough money to be able to afford all your X items. And then I know why defense is 10, and it's a fight that you would not expect it. The defense threshold is for the final trainer battle in Norman's gym. It's the one with the Zangoose. The Zangoose is the, like, it uses the high critical hit ratio move. I believe it's Slash, and it uses a dire hit. So that Slash always crits. So there's no way you can ever use like an X defense to try to survive.
Does it literally always crit, or is it pretty much just?
It isn't always crit. It's 100% crit chance. The
thing is, scope wins or something.
It's not a scope lens, it's a dire hit. That trainer uses a dire hit turn
Yeah.
1. And then uses a increased critical hit move, so it's like +2 on the +2 stages on the move, and then +2 stages on the item. So you get.
Oh, I forgot it was +2.
Yeah, in Gen 6, that's what I'm looking up. In Gen 6, they modified the crit tiers, crit stage tiers, if you want to call it. And yeah, combos like that, it's very easy to reach 100% crit rate with those.
Yeah, so it's interesting in the regards that at that defense early, you are guaranteed to live because you're always getting crit. You're just guaranteed to live the Zangoose with that defense, but you will almost always die if you take a 9.
That makes sense then. That's not a fight you want to die on if it's easily avoidable.
It is called a one-hit KO room. It lives up to the name.
No, at least they aren't firing off fissures and sheer colds at you in there. That was funny though.
I thought Glacia's room is the one-hit KO room.
You're so so.
Now I remember back when I was playing Pokemon Emerald for the first time, I was so confused at why they call it the one-hit KO room when it didn't have the one-hit KO moves.
Alright, very normal fight on Tucker's side. The Solrock went for Solar Beam instead.
Alright. Didn't get the...
Did it get the killer combo? The run killer.
Didn't get the Canes combo.
God, I wish. Don't talk to me about that. I'm gonna get the
Canes is on the other side of town from me, and it's probably for the best.
Oh, that's good for you, buddy. Canes is on the other side of the continent for me.
I know. Hey, it used to be they just put one in Spokane like a couple months ago, and I wanted to go to it on opening day, except the line was over 2 miles long and spilling into almost the freeway, and I'm like,
I remember that.
No, when I lived in Boise for 6 years, there was a Canes about a mile from where I lived, so it was walking distance, because it was a very walkable area, and I don't think in the 6 years I lived there I ever went there. I ran by there a lot, and there was always a line blocking half the road in the drive-thru.
Alright, by the way, Insane on the primary screen here, because this is Hideki. Got, looks like it was Focus Energy turn 1, but Foresight turn 2, and into the 3-shot, so Insane is past Hideki.
Let's go!
Headbomb is also on Hideki right now. Foresight turn 1, excellent. This should be much, much safer. Just has to dodge a natty
crit voice! Wait. Focus Energy, let's go! Hideki's the one getting rid today.
From Headbomb.
Clean. Let's go.
All right, who would like to explain why Hideki is the true final boss of ORAS?
I can take care of that. So, chat, individual values, IVs, as people may call them. I'm not going to explain what those are. You probably
every individual has value.
Exactly. The bigger the number, the better the Pokemon in its DNA, essentially. Hideki is very funny because he's a regular-ass trader. He's just a guy that is there. And, you know, you look at other regular traders throughout the game, they have, like, what, 4 IVs, 8, 12 at most. Some even have 0, a majority even have 0. Well, Hideki has 24 across the board. I don't know which programmer flipped a bid in what part of the code, but for that reason, that Machop is cracked beyond beliefs.
You know, I would...
IV is quite good.
If someone did that on purpose, that would be even funnier, but, you know, they never admit to it.
Well, this guy that's just there.
He's just a random trainer just to ruin some kid's day.
I mean, that is...
And by kids, I mean 20-year-old speedrunners, but you know.
It's like saying, like, this is a bit of a programming error, like this bit was flipped. And, I mean, we have Gen 1 misses from a programming error. They forgot to put in the or equal to sign on their accuracy check, so there's always a 1 in 256 chance to miss your 100% accuracy move. So maybe we'll call that the old Gen 6 miss, is all the IVs of all the trainers are all messed up.
I think we need to workshop that.
Miss was not putting the Battle Frontier in ORAS. So,
whoa, chill out.
You know what? I will not chill out about that.
Fair enough. There you go. I think we need to take you to Glacier's room, anyway.
Excuse me?
We need to take you to Glacier's room, but it's fine.
I'm writing up the pacement now. I'm writing up the pacement.
Call in HR. Call in HR. Do we have PSR?
I am HR.
That weird bit of programming error, even though it gives Hideki a Machop with cracked stats, and weirdly, like, we hype up that fight because it does not matter how good your Mudkip is. If Hideki decides you die on that fight, you die on that fight.
You
and
die.
That's it. That's it. However, because of the weird IVs programming, it actually makes the Elite Four and Champion fights easier in this game. Hideki may have 24 IVs across the board. That's what the E4 was supposed to have. Instead, their Pokemon only have 8 IV, and Champion, which was supposed to have 31 IV, actually only has 16 IV, or 15 if I'm remembering correctly.
16 or 15.
So it actually weirdly makes most of the game better, except in this one instance, but it is a very memorable and unforgiving instance of this game. It's just like one of those things where it's like, imagine if it were programmed right. You know, Hideki would not be a problem, but then the Elite Four would be a big problem.
It's like when people who don't peak in high school, they have a rough time, but then the rest of their life, you're like, they can make friends, they get along with people, like, that's just a little bump. So the real losers are people that can make. I did not mean that.
Anyways, that might be the programming side of things, but in practice, all that, the Jack Machop compounded with Machop's very specific moveset of Focus Energy, which, hides the critical hit rate, and Low Sweep, which is a fighting move that does a crap ton of damage and also makes you slower, which means that, if you might have outsped Hideki, I think all Mudkips should outspeed Hideki at that point. Correct me on that, T.
All Mudkips naturally outspeed Hideki, but after -1, they all
but after -1, then not after that. So it's very unfortunate. So Hideki is a bully.
Very very quick question as we see Tucker going through the boulder puzzle. Are you a left or a right boulder puzzle?
Left boulder.
Shelty?
I'm vibes based in the moment. So
I'm a right boulder person, so we're evenly split.
Even distribution.
Shelby's just like, I'll just hop over right down the center.
No, that just makes me think enlightened centrist, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you're a fence rider for.
I'm a fraud.
How dare you be a fence rider for the very, very significant inclination of the direction you go when you solve a strength puzzle?
Yep. I'm ashamed of myself.
Anyways,
since we got started, a couple people on break, Wawa Poke Guy and Etiquette decided to take a little bit of a breather, perhaps a lunch break for them. A-okay. Wartab on the screen here. Wartab,
let's hope Wartab gets a Rainbow Kit this time.
Yeah. So again, the stats
we could see the Mudkip level up stats in real time.
Yeah.
So again, looking for 14 attack, 10 in every other stat except for special defense, which it doesn't matter. So effectively, any nature that's minus special defense is a good nature in this game. So here we go. Here are the stats.
All right, fingers crossed.
See if Wartab gets to play the game.
Speed looked a little low.
8 speed, ouch.
8 speed,
speed is not runnable, unfortunately.
Wartab, no.
So 8 speed is actually a funny case, and we saw this as I was watching about an hour or two ago. I caught somebody getting outsped by the Zigzagoon, like the wild Zigzagoon. There is only one way that can ever happen. It is that if you are 8 speed, which is minimum, and the Zigzagoon has rolled maximum speed, which is 8 speed. So you are speed.
That's crazy.
And if you ever see that you are slower than Zigzagoon, you know that you are not runnable. You are 8 speed.
That is rough. All right, let's see what it looks
in the
like.
lead, just finishing the second Maxi fight. Not too bad of a fight. There's only one way for that to go wrong, and that's if the lead Mightyena uses Embargo right at the top of the fight. Embargo is a move where you can't use any items. And, well, us speedrunners, we're we have a pretty good affinity towards the X items, and yeah, if that happens, the fight can turn very bad very fast. But if it doesn't, it tends to go very smoothly. A bit of a long cutscene here because there's quite a bit of time between now and the Groudon catch, and then there's the post Groudon cutscene as well. So Tucker getting kind of a bit of a breather at this point before we start to see what the Groudon stats are heading into late game. Truly up against the first true boss fight of the game, which is this first run. Magma Pooch. Shelty, would you like to explain why Magma Pooch is such a problem?
Would I like to explain why such a problem? So, going back to my my roots playing Emerald, from what I remember, Pooch has Sand Attack, Howl, and it can be a pain in the ass because it can make you miss, and missing is time lost.
Last time I checked, I didn't really like it when my elementary school classmates rubbed sand in my eyes.
True.
Now there's the first Sand Attack.
For Sand Attack.
But hitting through, so truly is
Second Sand Attack, -2. This is 60% accurate. Let's go! Or 70. I think it was 70%.
Yeah, stat stages are kind of weird. For the mathematicians, it is the your stat stages are kind of like 2/2, numerator 2, denominator 2. That is the traditional stat stages. So if you use an X attack and you're +1, you're 3/2. So that's why it's the 50% boost. Whereas if you are getting your stats dropped, it increases the denominator. So after the Sand Attack comes down, you are 2 out of 3, and thus 67% accurate to hit.
67%.
66.
I rounded up.
He rounded up.
He
rounded up.
So does the code in the game run up or down though, or does it go exactly? What's the game code do? Because that's I feel like.
Well, the game code just it does the. Is it 256? Does it roll from 256? Or does it roll?
I mean, I don't.
65.
No, I can nerd out. No, I can nerd out. Yeah, exactly. That's what it does. It depends on the generation, but yeah, they do out of 40, 96, and they make an estimation to the true percentage based on that.
I see.
That's how it works.
I got Shen earlier today by saying that if anybody references the 19th prime number in sequence, that they should be banned.
Fair enough.
I don't know numbers, so you know what? That's not gonna be me.
I can hit like the first 4 prime numbers, and like that's it.
Speaking of prime, have you all used your prime hitting sub on people?
And every time I want to do that, I have to Google if 1 is a prime number. Is 1 a prime number?
One is not a prime number because primes need 2 factors and 1 only has 1 factor. It's a weird case.
But 2 is a prime number.
2 is a prime number.
Zero.
It's the only even prime number. 0 is not.
Prime number. No. Okay, cool. Awesome. I remember telling my dad when I was like 13 that every number to the power of 0 was 1, and he didn't believe me. And I was like crying and begging for him to understand that I was telling the truth, and he was like, "You suck at math," and it's like,
it is true. You have to do like some weird thing. It's like I don't want to explain it right now.
I feel like everything you do as a teenager is just like everything you learn. Like half of it's just rage baiting you. Except we didn't use that word back then.
You can use this like weird trick to be like every equation is the same if you go 1 times the equation. So
Yes.
by going like 1 times 0 to the 0, like nothing, it's 1. So 0 to 0 is 1 because it's effectively 1 multiplied by nothing.
Y'all remember when you do proofs back in like geometry or whatever? And it was the worst thing ever.
I'd rather not.
I only say this because
I found the accuracy stages thing. At -1, it is 75%. At -2, it is 3/5, aka 60%.
Oh, so the accuracy uses
so it was
3 over 3. Numerator, denominator.
Yes. It's a 3. It goes 3 over 3.
Very good.
Different from, you were correct for the other every other stat, which is a 2 over 2.
I am a math minor, but it appears that I would need to restudy to pass the Pokemon speedrunning mathematics.
Yeah,
I
you're
took
a
as
math
few math
minor, and
classes as possible, so good for you.
You're a math minor, and I'm a major idiot in math, so don't worry.
Oh, 07 in chat if you are also a major idiot.
Hey, Pokeguy's back. He's trucking.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Can I confess something? Like, shoutouts to Insane for for the potato camp setup. We love it. I think it's very endearing. I think it's a statement to be able to still compete and want to compete, even though this is what you got. Because it's like your GDQs and your fancy speedrunning marathons. The idea behind speedrunning is that anybody can do it, and if you want to point your phone to your portable console, you are still speedrunning, and I think it's a good reminder of how things truly are, and I think that's beautiful. But what I'm gonna try to say with all that rant is that when they truck, like they go back to the intro and they pull out, the Pokénab, and it's like, haha, it's like a little Game Boy. This is a remake. Please clap. For some reason, I think that everybody is insane, insane the person, not insane the adjective at that moment. Because look at Insane's screen right now, holding like the DS in like an angle, and look at Ed again. It's like the same thing, and it's like, oh, that's insane too. Anyway, none of this is making sense. Please, somebody, please take over.
Nick, can you take the notes today? It's okay, I didn't. I took mine, so we're good.
With that being said, Rival 2 on the screen for Insane's on Insane's screen here. So Rival 2, one of the most infamous Pokemon battles in, well, really the entire series here, made just a shade easier in Oras than it was in the original Sapphire and Emerald. The Slugma's not too bad of a Pokemon to be facing against to set up, but the setup is massive. We're going to go at least 3x special attacks, and I believe 2x speeds in order to outspeed Grovyle, and so that Echoed Voice is at its third stage of being powered up. Echoed Voice, a 40 base power move that will multiply on each consecutive turn used. So 40 base power, then 80, then 120. And you want it to be a 120 based Echoed Voice on your plus three. Isn't
that additive and not multiplicative?
I believe it is additive.
It is additive.
It just goes.
Like things like Roll Out and Ice Ball, is that multiplicative?
Echoed Voice is a little different. Yeah, it's not exactly like
I know they work a little differently. They don't lock you in either. So.
Echoed Voice.
I did not see why Insane had to two-shot the Grovyle. But thankfully, Brennan only has random AI on this battle, so he's only. Oh no! It is. Was that dead to burn on Insane screen? Because I saw that the HP stopped at 3 and then ticked down.
I think that was Water Pulse Confusion self-hit.
Oh,
that's true.
Oh no,
that is brutal. Yeah, I missed why. It ended up being a 2-shot instead of a 3-shot. This might be like a new strat where you have like a faster setup. And then you're just baiting that the Grovyle's not going to use, I think it's Leaf Blade.
Yep.
Because if you get hit by Leaf Blade, it is definitely over.
It's just over right there.
Junior Mega Blade, I gotta go look.
Actually, it might be Mega Drain at that point. Yeah, it's Mega Drain.
Okay.
It is Mega Drain.
But either way, you dead.
Wait, no, I'm stupid. Wilmer cannot confuse you. I'm just making shit up. I don't know why Insane died there. If somebody with an eagle-eyed viewer was able to notice.
Yeah,
or contemplating those Mudkip stats.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just will not make it to Norman on that. Headbob did get through that fight. Yeah, I'm just kind of interested to understand why they're two-shotting the Grovyle instead of Okoing it. It might just be like faster setup.
Might just be less setup, yeah.
+2 instead of +3 and something. I will say that
Echoed Voice is a 200 BP, which is pretty high.
Yeah, the burn is annoying on that fight, not because you're worried about your attack stat getting halved, because you are using Echoed Voice, but you have no way to cure that off. You don't have burn heals, you don't have a Rossberry at that point, so you just have to monitor how much damage you are taking, and it was just kind of odd to see not only Insane get damaged on the Grovyle, but then get damaged on the Whalmer, which made the burn tick be the seal the ultimate fate there.
Yeah.
Oh, it used Whirlpool, and then it died.
I was also
to the
considering
extra
that. I was
pick.
also considering it was Whirlpool and then died to the Whirlpool
Yep.
chip. However, I don't think the damage it should have been a lot of damage. But,
I'm trying to see if it crit. I can't really tell, but yeah, it was dead to Whirlpool chip.
But yeah, going back to Rebel 2, briefly, like design-wise, it's very scary fight. T-Pat did say you said that it was made like a smidge easier in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's because Grovyle is naughty nature, which makes it extra weak to the beefed up echoed voice coming from Marshtomp.
I believe that's right. I know for a fact it's minus special defense, and that is why we pick May instead of Brendan, because while their Pokemon are the same, their natures are actually different depending on if you pick the male or the female character.
But yeah, Rival 2, across multiple Pokemon games, it's a toss-up, but if it's gonna be like a very hard fight, well, actually, I wouldn't call it a toss-up. It's like nearly guaranteed that it's gonna be a very tough fight because it's still early in the game. You don't have many resources. You only have one Pokemon, definitely under level because we're trying to go fast, and you don't have resources. Like T-Pat said, you cannot cure the burn if you get it. You can totally run out of healing items. You're also
Limited on X
items to go. Yeah, limited on X items too, and it's like all of that stuff compounded. It's makes it very scary.
I think that's it makes this a good speedrun game because like ORAS is one of the best remakes of any Pokemon game. Feels very good. It really takes advantage of the 3DS in like a very clean way. Not to bash BDSP, but I will definitely bash BDSP.
No, you bash it.
Please do.
Feels
Please
very
do.
good. Yes,
please do.
Like
This
game feels good,
rightfully so.
and on paper, it's a very complex game. You're managing your IVs at every stage, but the risk makes it exciting. Like, if you want to get world record, you got to flip heads like 10 times in a row. But like when you do, it feels really good to be able to.
That would be so boring. Like, part of the drive to speedrunning is that it is a little bit torturous, but we all love it, so.
Yeah, and that to bash Scarlet Violet, which is so consistent, there's no risk, you're so over leveled, and it just comes down to like, did I climb the mountain accurately or did I lose 2 seconds? And then there's no variance at all for most of the game. Where here, you are balancing all this variance and all this risk. You have those moments like Hideki, which we'll be seeing on Truly's screen, where it's like, hey, I play 30 minutes to literally have a coin flip if I get to continue. And while that kind of sucks for this run, it is exciting when you get past it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, take your bets, everybody. I don't know if we have a prediction.
Do we have... You can roll out your couchy bets.
Give me mod right out, and I'll run predictions for literally everything. I'm gonna become the Poly Market of Twitch.tv/Pokemon Speedruns TV.
As we get into the second hour of our shift, now 5 o'clock on the East Coast, 2 o'clock on the West Coast. Let's make this hour...
And 7 o'clock Argentinian
time. Right? Would you agree this is the hour of Gamba?
The hour of Gamba? Sure.
Yeah.
And every hour is Gamba when you have money.
I was gonna say every hour is Gamba hour when you're playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. We were just done establishing that. That's also fair.
All right, well, let's kick off our hour of Gamba with a Hideki fight on Truly. Again, a 3-shot range with Echoed Voice, and if at any point that Machop uses Low Sweep and it crits, you are basically dead. So, place your bets, everybody.
Oh, Girl Kip. Shoutouts.
Oh, yeah. 1 in 8 Girl Kip. Oh, excellent start. Foresight turn 1, easily the best version of this fight.
Foresight,
seeing that you get halfway on the first 2 hits makes this very likely.
Right.
It truly is through Hideki in a
Let's go.
Fight. Took no damage at all. That is some big Gamba payoff. Pay the man! Pay the man! All right,
what is the Rand Runner? The Rand Runner command? Like,
So it combines part of two speedrunners usernames. It's not necessarily updated to like some of the more accurate people. I honestly don't even think Blue Magma is in it. I'm just trying to be funny. But I know Waffleman is on it.
Fair enough.
Back to the action. I wanted to say I just saw for a half a second what Tucker's stats were on the Groudon. Oh, I just missed it again.
Oh.
But if anybody wants to see, the stats appear to be getting inputted right now. Perfect in attack, special, defense, and special attack.
Nice.
Pretty good in speed, about 16, 17. Has not inputted the HP or the defense stats just yet. That actually looks pretty fair. You definitely want 31 in attack.
Mm-hmm.
The speed would be like the next important one to have 31. Unfortunately, did not hit it there.
At least it's not neutral, or not neutral, minus nature.
Yeah, you don't want minus in particularly attack, since Earthquake is going to be the primary move. All right, how good? How good are you at the ice puzzle? And Tucker literally saves right before the first ice puzzle. So, like,
can anyone blame him though?
And then you have that awkward.
Oh, repel. You have to repel during this puzzle. Yeah, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I mean, I feel like this puzzle is so much easier back in RSE, but
this puzzle is yeah, no, I agree with that.
My very limited experience playing ORAS, this puzzle is not one of my strong suits.
When I first saw this, it
was okay.
When I first saw this at RS, it's like, this looks so much easier than the original. And then I started executing it, and I was like, it is not easier.
I believe it's not easier because you can run instead of being forced to walk. Like, if you had to walk, it would be like, it's slow, but I'm doing it. But running makes you a little nervous. I'm not surprised that you'll see little stutter steps before that last tile before a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, the lack
you
of
would
obstacles.
think initially that diagonal movement could be advantageous, but it's not.
It is not.
No, I wouldn't think it would be, because that's just more ways you can screw it up.
It's more ways to screw it up, but it could be get out of jail for free if you mess up and you're like, wait.
It just sounds like giving yourself more rope to hang yourself with, so it's a no for me.
An escape rope, right? Yes, that's
yeah. Giving yourself another escape rope to get out.
To escape the cavern. Yes. Anyways, another thing, T-Pad, for me personally, is that the lack of obstacles doesn't give you a predetermined
like a
route
bonk.
Because exactly. In RSE, there's only that one solution to the thing that's in front of you, and you can kind of map it out before you go into it. You know. Mm-hmm. This one is just so freeform and there's so much more space that it's like it makes it a little.
And the second and the third puzzles have trainers on them, so you have to really map out when you're crossing the middle, like the quote unquote safe areas. But if you mess up and you have to go on them, those trainers will see you if you're in their line of sight. So a little bit of a risk, but yeah, it looked okay. Like in my experience, that was a pretty okay level of speed from Tucker. The safety save, I think, I'll give it a B- on that. Personally, I think the person that does it the fastest is Corvame. I've never seen anybody do the ice puzzle as fast or as carefree as May has. She just bolts straight into it.
Something else.
Oh my goodness.
Well, she's put in the practice. She's put on those hours.
Yep.
Speaking of Corvame, and I'll call back a little bit of GDQ experience because remember I did some hosting for the Heart Gold run, and May had donated and said that it was like, hey T-Pack, could you like tier list the remakes, saying that Heart Gold was the 4th best remake. The other order is for you to figure out. So. Nick, Shelty, would you like to in order give us your remake tier list?
I cannot satisfy that request. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna opt out as well because outside of some casual ORAS play between Pearl and up until VA, I hadn't played any mainline games.
I would have to start making games up out of thin air to put HDSS in the 4th remake slot. Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was just like, 4th? Okay.
But anyways, Wartap finally has a kip. If you guys want to see the stats, it was 14 attack, 10 speed, and I saw a couple 11s too, and a 12 in special defense, which is interesting. But yeah,
well,
Wartap finally
play the game, so
simulator.
So huge W for there.
Yep, Wartab had to hang the hat and the license out of the truck simulator 2026. Anyways.
I forgot. I'm looking at Headbob's screen. I forgot about A-Rune, aka AA Rune.
AA Rune. Yeah.
AA Rune, he tells you about secret bases.
He's there. Yeah.
Kind of a bit of a meme guy. You have to learn about secret bases. He's a little bit of a meme guy, but it's weird because like anybody who starts speedrunning ORAS gets to A-Room at about the hour mark. So there's like this very mental like A-Rune split. It's like, oh, I talked to him at 55:30. So everybody like knows their A-Rune split, but doesn't actually split for A-Rune.
It's like a mental checkpoint.
Yeah.
It's like a lap. Yeah, it's like a lap. Like running
it's an honorary split.
Tucker is fighting the worst fight in Victory Road, the Frostlash trainer. Sorry, Etiquette. Yeah.
I mean, hope.
Weird fight here where you do have to hit an overheat. And if you do that, things are fine. If you want to opt for Earthquake, you have to Swords Dance Earthquake. And as you saw, the Frostlass does go for Confusion, and it outspeeds. So even with a Person Berry, it's like, I'm just going to get confused twice, and I could hit myself in Confusion.
Also, doesn't Frostlass has Hail, right? And Snowcloak? It's able to do some stuff with that, right?
Oh, probably.
I don't think
usually
that one has Snowcloak.
I know it's...
Hail.
Because I could have sworn like one of the 3 times I've played that far that Frostlass messed me up with Hail and Snowcloak, but maybe I'm just delusional.
Let me look that up.
Also, Headbob is fighting everybody's favorite Pokemon, Trapinch. Fun fact about Trapinch is that we all love him.
True.
I caught an accidental shiny Trapinch yesterday in Scarlet and Violet.
Wait, you got a shiny Trapinch by accident?
Yeah, I got a shiny Trapinch complete. I was just running. I wasn't even looking where it was going with Koraidon because I had my phone pulled out because I'm a zoomer. So I must always be looking at 2 screens at the same time. And I'm like, I run into a Pokemon. And it's like this greenish, bluish Skittle. And it's like, what is that? And it's like a shiny Trapinch. And I was like, okay, yay. Anyway, continue.
Congratulations.
No, I have a question for y'all. What was the first shiny Pokemon you ever encountered? And did you catch it or run away?
Shiny Swadloon in Pokemon Black 2, and I caught it. Next question.
For me, outside of the Red Gyarados and Gold version, I did get a shiny Golbat in Gold because I would just train in Red's room like all the time.
Nice.
And every once in a while I would get a shiny Golbat. And that's because I played Gold at school like a degenerate.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Space to me.
Trouble. Listen, I had the OG Game Boy, aka the giant brick, and like you couldn't like hide that going to school.
Nah.
Anyways, Ace Trainer Hope Shelty has Confuse Ray, Wake Up Slap, Captivate, Shadow Ball, so no Hail. But yeah,
okay.
Confuse Ray is...
So I'm just delusional, cool.
It's pretty troll, yeah. It's also fast as hell, Jesus Christ.
Let's see if Lucas is gonna get past Forest Pooch. Ooh, another Sand Attack, but hits the air.
Come on. Wait, might I add, Ace Trainer Hope is also 24 IV.
Whoa, yeah. The Ace Trainers all have 24. Come on, Mudkip, you can do it!
Come on.
There it is, Lucas getting past the
Very nice.
Let's go.
Pokeguy's on very good pace here as well on Roxanne. Again, as I mentioned, getting through Roxanne. I definitely didn't flinch
Calculate.
at living on 2 HP.
Calculated.
Beating Roxanne
You want the
in the
torn hit?
20s is very, very good.
Yeah, it's a Torian hit, then you live this, and it's a...
So does
Oh, it's a Torian.
let's see. I know in Emerald, so when you get into low enough health, even though it won't usually use Rock Tomb because it won't need to do it for the speed drop, if you're at low enough health it can kill, it can still roll that. Is that the same case in Oras, or no?
I feel like it is the same case. It doesn't kill with Rock Tomb.
So,
It just does it to make you go slower, and then it forgets it has the move.
but if you get to like
Yes.
low enough health where like multiple moves can kill you, will it still like have the chance to roll Rock Tomb and pick that?
So the answer is no. Like,
answer
Roxanne
is
will
no, straight
only
up.
ever
Yeah.
use Rock Tomb if she is slower.
Interesting.
Only ever uses it for its secondary effect, weirdly enough. Yeah, this game's AI is weird.
I mean, Pokemon AI, I feel like, I mean, it always changes. Things always change, but that's interesting.
Just to
You guys,
just to keep us
you
on our
guys don't
toes,
even,
I
you
guess.
guys don't even want to talk. You guys don't want to talk
No,
about.
Nick, what you don't want to talk about is how the controls
What?
change in between each game. So when you try and play the
Oh.
3 different games at once,
Oh,
you just can't.
no. That's reserved for the Switch, Barrier Blitz, not for this.
Well, yeah, that's
What I
that's
actually don't
for
wanna
multi-game challenge quest. And let me tell you, going
Exactly.
from Legends ZA to Legends Arceus in back-to-back games messes me up so bad because they decided that the run and the crouch buttons should be the L stick and B, but they flipped them in the 2 games, and ugh.
All right,
Why did they do
T-Pat.
that?
I'm playing a Pokemon. I'm playing a Pokemon game on my Switch. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and I press Y, and that brings up the map. Which game am I playing?
Oh, that's Scarlet Violet.
Very good, very good. Now I'm in another game, and if I press minus, I bring out the photo mode to take pictures.
That's the A.
Wait, why?
That's
Or
it.
you
Very
said
good, very good.
God.
Anyways, yeah, that could be a fun game. No, what I was trying to say is, if you guys really want to get into the weeds of Pokemon AI, just look up ability storage. Just go to Harvard, man. Don't waste your time. Just go to Harvard. Don't try to understand ability storage and how it
taking
changes.
the bar exam easier than understanding Pokemon Trainer AI. Got it.
So,
It's like it worked just fine in Gen 4, then they messed it up in Gen 5, then BDSP doesn't even use that part of Gen 4's code, and in Gen 6 it's bad, because Gen 6 literally is not cognizant of the weather, even though it's a Groudon and Kyogre game, which is crazy, but anyways.
Nick, you should make a Jeopardy game
Yes.
that's which control, like, this is a Switch game, I press this button that says this, what game am I talking
Oh,
about?
that's already done. That's already done. Yeah, that's it. That's in the that's a work in progress in my second Jeopardy game that I'm working on.
I'm excited for that.
All right,
Chad,
second.
hold on,
stab
quick question.
Okay,
That
yep.
Mega Stone right before the Elite Four. Which one do you think it is?
I think I know this one. I know. I won't.
Mega Zygarde.
You wish. That's a good guess though.
I know it's one of the Mewtwo Knights.
Yes, it is
so
Mewtwo Knight.
it's a-
Why?
I was gonna say X, but yeah.
Where is
it's a-
Mewtwo Knight X?
Bracelet. The Mewtwo Knight X, I believe, and don't laugh, it is in Little Root. So
That's funny, I
when
will
you
laugh.
are
Oh,
done
it's
saving the
just-
world,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're done saving the world,
There's
and you see
probably
people
posting
coming
in the
out,
corner.
and it's like, oh my god, we're saved, and you see the sparkles next to the Pokemon Lab. That's a Mewtwo Knight X.
Are you
So it's
saying
to
that
me-
the next Barrier Blitz is going to be all Mega Stones?
How did you know? Oh my god! we're setting up the-
Spoiling.
All right, here's.
All right,
here's
back to
one
Rival
for you
2.
And I was gonna ask, does anybody know where to find the Lucario Knight in this game?
No.
Silence says a lot, doesn't it?
Nothing I can say on stream, so go ahead.
The Lucario Knight is the reward for defeating Licia in a contest. You defeat Licia, you can
true.
only get to Licia after getting expert rank in all five. Is it 5 or 4?
I think 5.
Like all 5 of the other varieties of contests. In other words, you have to win 21 contests in order to get the Lucario Knights. It takes over 2 hours for that one Megastone alone.
Pretty epic.
Mm-hmm.
Truly YOLOing this rival too.
Alright, on to Grovyle.
Fury Cutter. A good voice. Nice, one shot.
Alright, that nice crit.
Nice crit.
I didn't know
nice
if that. Yeah, I didn't know if that crit was intended or if it was just going to be a natural one shot, like I'm used to seeing. What I did notice there is like some of these runners are opting to not bother outspeeding the Grovyle. So instead of going to +2 speed, you just say, whatever, I'll get outspeeded by the Grovyle and the Whalmer, but he's using quick speeds.
Oh, woo!
Should be safe from here, though.
Yeah.
As we are getting our second stab at the Elite Four during our shift here with this particular Groudon, which looks pretty good. This is going to have to use 1 extra X speed on Glacia, maybe on Drake, though Drake, I believe, has the fastest Pokemon in the entire game. That Salamence, I believe, is very fast.
Yep. Also, you said second stab at the E4, and I was at the edge of my seat trying to make a joke of like, "Hi, he's gonna use the red orb to get a second stab." I do this for free. Anyway.
Yeah, none of us are getting paid to do this, so.
Who would pay us to do this, honestly?
Honestly, if you're gonna look at Tucker's screen, look for the dead child ghost in the corner of the room.
I love dead children ghosts.
Spooky.
In-game.
I believe she is strong for like a frame or two. I personally never see her.
Oh, right there!
I'm gonna be so honest. I never see her, bro.
Yep.
I never
You see like one little flick of like a gray area.
All right. Did either of you see that if Tucker is going to do red orb strats or not? I mean, we'll find out in a
did
second.
not.
Here.
Equip the red orb. Tucker equipped the red orb. Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Equipping red orb does mean that overheat will be the move of choice. You know what that means? It's Gamba time.
90% of the time, you win every time.
90% of the gamblers before they hit it big.
It's a 50-50. You either hit it or you don't.
Alright, don't pull a Poke Guy here.
True. I like how Primal Groudon looks like a lava lamp. He looks so crunchy.
It does. You know what I only learned recently is that like the little lava blobs in the lava lamp are wax.
Yes.
I did not know that until
You thought they were actual lava?
No, I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something that obviously wasn't lava, but I didn't know what it was.
I don't think she ever like delivered the thought to it, and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And
I mean, I thought they were
all.
always made out of lava, to be honest.
I thought it was like oil or something.
Listen, it's magma if it's under the earth, and then it's lava.
Lava if it's been exposed to
Well,
the
if it's been exposed to oxygen, yes. Did you guys know about the that internet provider that in order to achieve true randomness, they have a wall full of lava lamps?
Lava lamps, and then they like
they record the movements of those lava lamps to truly achieve randomness because computers are really bad at being truly random.
Truly
I have
random.
heard of that.
Yeah, I like watched a YouTube video about this recently about like needing like quantum computers to achieve true random in some.
Oh, what happened to Poke Guy?
I do not know.
I see a lot of sad faces in chat, so probably something bad or unexpected or unlucky happened.
If I remember correctly, because Pokeguy was just past Roxanne, that could have been the other grunt fight. That or Hideki.
Meditite.
Dead to Hideki.
Hideki.
Hideki claims.
The Meditite before Hideki.
Hideki.
Wait, Laura? Pokeguy confused Laura.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, the Metatites do have confusion, 10% to confuse, and then if you're hitting yourself in confusion, it can go pretty badly. I can proudly say I've died to every single trainer in Brawly's gym, not just Hideki. The Metatites, if they hit their confusion and confuse you, it can go off the rails very fast.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Well, all right, Tucker is now on the easiest, quote, easiest of the Elite Four here.
For Omega Ruby,
yeah, for Omega Ruby, this is totally fine. This is one of the guaranteed red orb fights. And you don't even need to hit overheats either as well. You just want to set up the Desolate Land, because the AI just doesn't recognize that it can't use Hail. So it will try to use things like Light Screen and Hail, and it just like doesn't matter here.
I wonder,
so you do get basically a free setup.
T-Pad, let's do a thought experiment. So as you know, this was the last generation where X items only raised one stage, right?
Yes, correct.
And that is and we have to use Sword Stance on Groudon. Now, the thought experiment is, if Groudon didn't have to use Sword Stance because you could just use X attacks, what do you think we could slot in as a fourth move for the run?
I would actually think Sword Stance would still be ideal, because you can just click Sword Stance in the battle menu, and it's just faster to do that than to go into the bag to use X attacks.
So you truly wouldn't ever need a fourth move from Groudon?
I think the moves do get swapped. Like in this case, you're going to teach Overheat for, I believe, Strength. Because right now you're going to see that the moveset is Sword Stance, Smackdown, Earthquake, Overheat, and then Overheat will be at switch for Strength. You could probably just go the 4 attacking moves like right away, and you can always keep Overheat, and then you would just teach Strength in the original menu, and then opt for X attacks the whole while. I could see that being a way to save. Because in fact, that menu is going to be right here. You actually switch the red orb with the Silk Scarf because you want to improve the power of that strength.
The strength you're about to teach, yeah.
Yeah, because you do have to use strength on the Flygons here, and most importantly, strength is used against Steven's Claydol because you just don't have a good move for it. So Silk Scarf Strength at 31 IV is a good old 15 and 16 range, and it is just like the last hold your breath of the entire run.
Sorry,
because if you miss that range, it will set up Reflect, and then it will be real bad when the Metagross comes out.
Yes. But yeah. Comparatively, what does Alpha Sapphire do for Drake? It's like the easiest fight of its C4, you know.
So Alpha Sapphire is chilling against Drake because you have Ice Beam.
Ice Beam.
So like this is one of the fights where it is better in Alpha Sapphire, and it's not just because Ice Beam is Ice Beam, but the lead Pokemon is one of Shelty's favorite, Altaria.
Yeah.
And the Altaria does have Cotton Guard, which increases defense by a whopping 3 stages. So the Cotton Guarding Altaria outspeeds your Sword Dancing, and it just slows down Groudon's setup.
Right.
So in this particular version of the fight, you are managing whether the Altaria is attacking or Cotton Guarding, because I believe you only need +4 because you get intimidated down to +3. So there's one Cotton Guard. Going for Smackdown because you need Smackdown Earthquake here. That should be go.
Yeah, let's go.
It is go, but I do believe you still need an X speed on this fight. Otherwise, the Salamence will absolutely be faster.
Kill you.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, you X speed.
I saw
Sword
Stance, Dragon Balls. Yeah, there you go. I saw Sword Stand, Dragon Balls, Sword Stance, Cotton Guard.
Yep.
Smackdown, Dragon Balls, Earthquake.
I believe you need to have plus speed and a pretty high IV in order to outspeed the Salamence. It is possible, but it is very, very rare. And yeah, the Flygon X speed on, or tend to do it that way because Boom Burst is its most powerful move. But there are like flowcharts of the fight where, if you're getting +6 Cotton Guard, you'll just be like, okay, I'll just X speed here because like the Altaria is not going to do anything because too late. I already have to go to +6 attack anyways.
That was a painless Drake for Tucker. Moving on to
All
Steven.
right, one fight to go as we go into Champion. We will see. This will be Tucker's first finished run of the day. Should Champion go not even smoothly, it is not the most scary of the 5 fights in Victory Road here, or at the Elite Four. I would say that Phoebe is probably the most scary. So the trick to this fight
projected time for Tucker.
It's been a while since I know. This is probably going to be in the mid 250s. So this should be near the sharp end.
255 pace.
But a few things can still happen on this fight. Look for the setup on the Skarmory because the Skarmory does have Toxic. And the later you see Toxic on that fight, the more time you could save because you might have to heal Toxic off multiple times if you get it early in the fight, particularly turn 1. And as mentioned, a 15 and 16 range exists on the Claydol. So those are the moments to look for in this final Champion fight for Tucker.
From what I've seen, since Tucker doesn't have any additional Pokemon in his party, does he? So the Skarmory should be a little less likely to use spikes. I don't even know if they'll use it at all. I'm not sure what the...
Some people for safety would include a second Pokemon just to be like, it's a revive possibility. Yeah, you could bait out spikes. Unfortunately, it does lose time in the Hall of Fame itself, even though the epilogue rival fight is not part of the equation anymore. It is still just quite simply faster to solo with Groudon. And there is a Toxic turn 1. Here. The other weird thing is that the Skarmory will start using Steel Wing. It does have a chance to increase its own defense stat, and if it just, rolls that a bunch, it can just get real nasty real fast. So unfortunately, you'll probably see the full restore here. And I wonder if there's more setup that has to be done before clicking Earthquake. No, just go straight into Earthquake. So only needed 1 full restore. Nice crit, by the way. It's definitely necessary after that smackdown.
So do crits still lose time in this, but is it just it's a lot less than it used to be, I know for sure.
It's not much, just because the text speed does sprint very fast.
Yeah.
It barely flashes on screen, but it is technically time loss. Fraction of a second.
Mm-hmm.
The Aggron does need...
To get around Sturdy.
Yep. I find that...
Does that Skarmory have Sturdy as well? Is that why you smack down, or is it just so you can get into Earthquake?
I believe it does also have Sturdy, yes. Alright, here's the funny Claydol. Right. 15 and 16 range on Strength! Does he get it? He gets it!
Very nice.
So Tucker is in the final stretch. This is usually the point where if you hit that final range that you can say GG, no variance from here on out. So Tucker is in the home stretch.
It's gonna Mega Evolve. Oh no!
So Metagross only uses Bullet Punch if you're in kill range, right? So you just you always hit first and win. Oh, never mind.
No, I think Metagross is straight up
get it is not, thankfully not dead to crit there, because critical hits, while still 1 in 16 in this game, I think, just do 1.5 times damage instead of 2.
Correct.
But yeah, big GG. This should be in the 250s or 255s. This is going to be close. Time to beat right now. Truly is in the lead with a 255-38. So this is going to be very close to taking the lead. First finished run of our shift. And looks pretty solid. Again, this game is so hard because of all the death points, not just Hideki, but even so far as that first Poochyena of the game. So to be able to navigate all those points and all the bits of, the movement and the strategy and our flow charts and just not losing a heap and a chunk of time to be able to even just finish an ORAS run feels mighty impressive. This is going to be close, going into the 255s right now.
I don't know what the exact time is going to be, so I'm looking forward to see. But yeah, it's going to be really close.
Yeah, this should take the lead here. It's only a few seconds.
It's gonna take the lead, yeah.
Yep.
Let's go, Tucker.
Tucker Larat. Time, it was either a 55-17 or an 18, but
I think
good
18,
enough.
but very close. Either way, GG's to Tucker.
GG's to La Rata. GG's.
Tucker Larat taking the lead with a 255-18. About halfway through day 1 of Barrier Blitz.
So, looking at everyone else, it looks like Headbob
no one's past halfway if we wanted to go to Headbob. You know what?
Yeah.
Production knows me too well. Headbob in Norman's gym looks like he just got through the is that the one-hit KO room?
I think, yeah.
Or yep. So Headbob is on Norman right now. I'm really excited to see this fight. Good old bad parenting at its finest.
Our absent father.
This fight's so bad. This fight is like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna start hating y'all. I'm sorry. This fight is like the lowest of the low in ORAS speedrunning. Like, I admit this is a very cool speed game. There's risk everywhere. Like, it keeps you at the edge of your seat. I love this game. The speed strat for this fight is just so...
Nick, I need you to do me a favor. Nick, I need you to apologize for hating less. Apologize for hating less, or not at all, because hating is always encouraged.
No. You see, I'm a performative hater. I don't hate enough.
Well, that's why you gotta practice. You gotta hate more.
Thank you.
Of course,
Groucho agrees with me, and that's all the validation I need. Groucho agrees with me, that's all the validation I need. Thank you.
Oh, hold on. Headbob just had mentioned accidentally burned one of his X defenses in the previous fight, so only has one X defend on this fight. It should be okay, but it's going to be a bit risky every once in a while here. The standard for this fight, and when I say standard, I mean just very standard, 4x attacks, 1x speed, 1x defend. That is standard. Now, if you're very slow, you might need 2 speeds. That's not the case here. If your defense is quite bad, sometimes you need 2x defense. That should be a problem in this particular case. But you are just risking a crit at every single turn here. The lead slacking, obviously, a ton of attack. Yes, it has Truant, so you're balancing every other turn, waiting.
Headbob,
and then, of course, it does have Yawn, so you want to make sure that you're waking up on his Truant turn, so that way you can KO on an attacking turn, or if it's a 2-shot, you have to do it vice versa. So there's very much like a rhythm of a flow to this particular fight. So yeah, you wake up on his attacking turn, you bulldoze first on the Truant turn, and then you bulldoze a second time in order to get the KO.
And that speed drop's important, right? Because it normally outspeeds
it is critical.
It doesn't look like it should outspeed, but those slackings outspeed you.
I want to say, somebody tell me if I'm off my gourd on this one, but I want to say that you could do Watson with just Mudshot. You could not do Norman without Bulldoze.
No.
Oh, absolutely.
Completely true.
Maybe in Game 3 you can. Well, you have to, but not with Gen 6 mechanics.
No, we should. Well, T-Pad explained briefly on the physical special split. Mudshot has been turned into a special move, and that's stinky doo-doo.
Yeah, it's very stinky. Not nearly as good there. Headbob is through. The time
with no extra
the time looks okay at a 125-20 or so. Like, that's okay. You would want to say that, like, much faster runs would be in that, like, 123, 124 range. I think even Headbob has been as fast as, like, a 122 on Norman, which is exceedingly fast. The pace looks okay.
If it's good enough to keep going, it's good enough to keep going. But
yeah, and obviously you're just risking crit at every single turn, especially on that first one. And even for those that are doing no reset runs, you'd save for Norman, obviously, and then you get your full setup on the first slacking, and then get crit on the last possible turn and be like, I have to do the whole setup all over again, and it's just, you lose a heap of time. And of course, I don't think we're going to see very much safety saving, except for ice puzzles, apparently.
Yeah. You know what? How much time is it to soft reset in ORAS? Because I'm not familiar with that. Like, if you mess up an ice puzzle, about how much time does that lose you? Like 5 or 10 seconds?
It's in the realm. I think the reset itself is kind of close to like 30, 35 seconds. Because I remember from my Elite Four Round 2 days, you just quick ball Rayquaza, and then if it breaks out, you reset, and it takes 45 seconds to get back to that exact same point. So that includes the encountering the Delta Stream. So it's 45 seconds with all of that. So I think just hitting, LR start reset, as Headbob did, must have just looked at the pace and was just deciding maybe not good enough here. So I'd say in the realm of like 30 to 35 seconds.
Headbob also has only 1 hour left to start his last attempt. So
gotcha. On that, I guess a good chance to explain some of the rules here is that each of the runners has 12 hours each day to attempt runs. They don't all have to start at the same time, since we have so many different runners from different time zones that are participating. So our stream's going to be very, very long today. But basically, from whenever you start, that's when your 12-hour window starts. And then you can finish whatever run you are currently on once that 12-hour timer is up. So even if you just barely, click start on your timer at exactly 12 hours, you can finish that run, but no more resets for the day. And then you have 2 days to do that. In terms of the total time, so right now it is Tucker in the lead with a 2:55.18. I should mention that for our runners that are playing Alpha Sapphire, which is Headbob or Wartab, or if any of the other runners want to switch their game, Alpha Sapphire does get a 60-second handicap to their time. So they basically get their time, and then you subtract 60 seconds, and that is where our Alpha Sapphire runners will be in terms of the standings. On top of that, this is Barrier Blitz, and the barrier they're trying to break is the world record. So it doesn't matter how fast the Omega Ruby time is. If somebody breaks the record in Alpha Sapphire, they will win Barrier Blitz. And remember that Alpha Sapphire record is almost 2 minutes slower. So it could be advantageous for runners to pick Alpha Sapphire, thinking maybe that's the easier record to break, even amongst the 60-second handicap. But Alpha Sapphire is a much more difficult run in terms of consistency. So the order of operation goes: record broken will win. If multiple records are broken, it's basically the by how much, the delta to their record is who will win Barrier Blitz. From there, it is outright time, with Alpha Sapphire runners getting a 60-second handicap. Little complicated, but that is the rules for this weekend's Barrier Blitz. Alpha Sapphire. On paper, it looks like the slower run, but there's been so much discussion that, if you get a good Latias and then Kyogre's just better between the box legendaries, it's theoretically the better game.
Theoretically faster if you get the best case situation for everything, but in practice,
it is far less consistent.
And also too, because more people do tend to run Omega Ruby, because it's generally accepted to be faster. So I wonder if we had more Alpha Sapphire runners, if we get more faster times.
It is interesting because there's not a no difference even in the early game, because you are working with the difference between Team Magma and Team Aqua, and seeing all the the Carvanas and the Sharpedos is a much different story for Mudkip and Marshtomp than seeing Numels and Camerups.
And also too, Sharpedo's it's fast, it's fragile, but it has Ice Fang, and that absolutely destroys Latias in some fights, especially if you flinch or get crit. So
I will say Ice Fang has one of my favorite potential interactions in all of Pokemon. So if you're slower than something that's Ice Fanging, you can get frozen, then thaw, then get flinched.
Get flinched.
All in the same interaction. It's like a 1 in 2,000 chance.
I wish I could use my 1/2000 luck on casino machines instead of that.
I love Gamba. Hey, listen, we did say this is the hour of Gamba, so
Straight up, without hesitation, I love gambling, man.
I don't know if I should say this on commentary, but I am going to the casino tonight, so I don't know if I'm going to be gambling at the casino. Just my friend invited me to watch the Seahawks game tonight, and he's just like, my friend's getting us a table at the casino. I'm like, listen, man, sure. Should I pull out some money before I go, or what?
Look, if Nick can make a joke about putting this event on Poly Market, then you can make a joke about going to the casino. So
No. I didn't say put this event on Poly Market. I said I'm gonna be the Poly Market mod. There's a difference. Not to be a wordsmith, but there's a difference.
Okay.
Most everybody in the early game right now looks like our two furthest runners at the moment are Wartab, who is about to start the Rival 2 fight, Lucas, who just finished the Rival 2 fight, and then Etiquette's just on the first gym leader as well. Let's stick with Wartab and see the Alpha Sapphire version of this fight, which honestly is the same in either version. I'm just curious to see with this, just looking at the stats. Man, I love it when my Mudkip stats has no IVs above 16. No, wait, special defense, 19. Sorry. No useful IV. Yeah, this is mid-kip.
That is a very mid-kip.
Neutral nature on top of all that. Yeah, okay. So the setup starts with X special attacks. We'll see how many the wants. Just trying to dodge burn on the Ember. I know it's only 10% chance, but if the Slugma just wants to keep Embering, you just kind of go, please don't burn.
Just don't burn.
Yeah, Harden is great. So yeah, three X special attacks. There's the first X speed. Will Wartab go into attacking? Yes. So this must be like a new version of the strat where it's like 1x speed's kind of like good enough here instead of trying to outspeed the Grovyle.
It looks like we got a crit on that Echo Voice. I'm not sure if that mattered.
So if the crit outright one-shots, then it does matter. Okay, if it's 2 shots, fine. Because you just want to have the higher powered Echo Voice. Nice crit on the Grovyle there. And Etiquette, by the way, also a sub 21 Roxanne, so some pretty good paces in the early game.
Looks like Pokeguy was also past Roxanne on that Pooch fight in Rusturf Tunnel.
Mm-hmm. I will say for Wartab, getting 46 high, it's you certainly hope that was better. Like 45 is a pretty good Rival 2 time. Like if you can get a sub 45, you're just like you're cooking. Basically right at 47, so probably some time on the table at this stage, but you know what? Maybe mid kips go to the promised land. I will say, like, to see good kips die to Hideki, sometimes you just got to take a bad kip, and then you're just like, cool, I'm past Hideki because I have a mediocre Mudkip, and game knows.
Game notes never give you exactly what you want. It's just too unlucky.
Yeah, and that's why you don't fight for higher stats on your Mudkip anyways, because then you just grind all this time in the first 8 minutes of the game just for your run to die at the 30-minute mark anyways.
Yeah, like if you still have the same chance to die to mid-game, like obviously once you hit those like minimum requirements, then it's just not really worth it to... It's not like you're using the kip the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Crisis with the exact math for you, T-Pad. That is a 0.2% chance of happening, aka 1 in 500.
I love that.
Love gambling.
Did you really
so funny enough with
Diet Coke and ask for a sponsor? Embarrassing. Anyway, sorry, T-Pad. Go ahead.
Hey,
no, I was just gonna say, like,
it's not an actual ask.
So you say.
At least I'm not begging Team Magma Courtney to marry me. Okay.
Hey, do I have not. Do not bring that up. It is not relevant. Anyways, let T-Pat finish his story.
You go low, I go
I had
lower.
nothing to say. Compared to that, saying that Watson's gym is the easiest gym is really all I was gonna say.
Yes, thank you.
Congrats, we're ground type in the electric type gym.
Yep.
And by the way, this electric type gym, this electric type gym does follow the.
Trico, and I always had such a bad time against Watson in Emerald. I hate him so much. But anyways, yeah. Sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting you.
No, the electric type gym does have kind of the same gimmick as many other electric type gyms that we see around these generations. Watson does love to use Volt Switch, but if you have a ground type, does not have the opportunity to use Volt Switch on you, so it makes this gym like even more like clinical for Marshtomp. I can say I've died to about every single possible trainer in this game, and Watson is not one of them. Like that is not a losable fight. Well, I should say it is losable in one particular instance, and that's if you want to risk not X speeding, and so you would take a hit from the Magneton, which can confuse Ryu. And listen, if you want to risk that, that's your prerogative, but it is not something I've risked. Anyone else on good runs right now? I see Wave Warrior is just about to go up against Forest Pooch. Insane on a decent Roxanne time, another sub 21. But yeah, let's focus in on Forest Pooch.
In a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Same with Poker Guy coming up on Hideki.
All right, Forest Pooch, what do you got this time? How many times do you think we'll see Forest Pooch over the course of our weekend Barrier Blitz?
Many times.
Over 100?
Surely.
Howl turn 1, not too bad. Howl turn 2, listen, anything except Sand Attack is fine.
Sand Attack?
Oh, and the first Sand Attack and the first
75.
miss.
Ooh,
Missed
75
again!
dodges.
And now that this
does a lot of
Poochietta is
damage.
+2, already dropping a potion this early.
275% misses.
Oh, that's 3 misses in a row! 4 misses in a row! This fight is going awful! And that's it! Wave Warrior is done on that Poochietta. Oh, that is just misery. And remember, that's the 3rd trainer battle in this whole game. Awful. Well, from one Gamba to the next, unfortunately, Wave Warrior has to start a new run. Pokeguy is on Hideki.
Let's see. What are the chances of
Black Belt Hideki sent out Machop.
Yep, Leader Hideki.
The start is a low sweep, and it does that much damage? Exactly. He doesn't even need to get a crit. Oh, and that damage is miserable, too. There's no way this is going to be a 3-shot.
Yeah, there it goes.
Pokeguy dead to exceedingly low defense on that fight. The Machop didn't even crit. It was just 2 low sweeps for 18 damage each. He only
Is that just an unlucky
36
range, or
HP.
did he have a lower defense mudcap?
The AP stat was minimum, so 36 is the lowest possible, but
minimum
that
HP
was
and
not
high
kind
rating.
rolls.
Oh, he just got high rolled twice.
Yeah.
It was 16 to 18. He got high rolled twice. Oof.
That's
Or
awful.
maybe that. I think 19 is the high roll, so 18's on the higher end. But yeah, low sweep can do 16.
But yeah, it's still unlucky.
And that's as much as that sucks, I do want to note that those first 2 Echo Voice hits did not look very good. So even with all of that, it looked like Pokeguy was not going to get the 3 shots. And Hideki, for being as bad as he is, does have kill AI. So if you are in range of getting low swept, it will go for the KO. So yeah, really, that's just hit a tails on that coin flip, and now Etiquette will have to do the same. We're gonna get some Hideki action here because after Pokeguy we have Etiquette that's going into the gym now. Insane's gonna be there in a few minutes as well. So I think that's how we're basically gonna finish out our shift here on Barrier Blitz with a by just going to the Duford Casino.
What is life but just a giant casino?
Yeah. By the way, this is one of the fights that we said that I think it was Pokeguy lost to this particular fight. The Metatites are no joke. Again, they have the move Confusion, which if it confuses, that's how this fight goes off the rail. You don't have a way to heal off Confusion at this stage. Wow, that was a crit with Confusion, but thankfully not a confused Confusion. All right, get your Gambas in chat. Will Etiquette survive or die to Hideki this run? Place your bets. Place your bets.
How are odds looking on Polymarket, Mr. Polymarket admin, or whatever you said you were?
I've never logged into Polymarket in my life. You're attacking me.
Neither have I. That's why I don't know what the frick is going on.
So you see here, this Mudkip does have 38 HP, so it should be out of that 2-shot range. Okay, this one looks much better. It was a Focus Energy turn 1, but then Foresight turn 2. And as long as he gets the 3-shot, which he does, Etiquette is through Hideki.
Nice.
Through Hideki.
That would have been scary to miss that range.
But he didn't, so...
Insane should be next up on Hideki.
Yeah, we can stick with Etiquette, because Insane does still have to travel all the way to Duford first. We got just enough time. And of course, my eyes know that I saw Lucas had just got to the A-Rune split. 58! Not great in terms of pace. Certainly could be a little bit faster, but, you know how it is. Etiquette crit again by a Confusion from a Metatites. And of course, these Metatites do have Detect. They are annoying. They lose you time, but obviously you're just kind of like, at least Echoed Voice continues to stack through Detect.
That's good, because I know some moves won't do that, but I know Echoed Voice is a different mechanic than, like, Rollout or something like that, so...
Yeah, it's one of those where I keep forgetting that if you heal in the middle, are you still stacked, or does your...
I don't think you are, but...
Yeah, that's just one I don't... That's the interaction I don't remember. Alright, well, Brawly is still no joke. Even though it feels like it might be, like, the least scary fight, it is still a fight that can go poorly based on, crits. The Makahita, by the way, is a cheat. Did you know that? Did you know that the Makahita cheats in this game?
How so?
Because Brawly can see if you're holding an item or not.
Oh, so it knows whether or not it's knockoff?
Correct. And if our holding an item, it will use knockoff to knock off your item. Which is why you see in the menu beforehand, you actually take off the silk card. So that way, tell Brawly, no, hands up, I'm not worried about anything, I got no item.
Am I worried about anything?
It is a way to make fight a bit safer. You can risk knockoff, but most people don't, because you then have to heal anyways in the fight. Are you kidding me? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh. Well, congrats to Etiquette for beating Brawly, getting through that. Okay. We can go over to Insane side, perfect, in the fight before Hideki here. I have to say, it's endearing to hear the thumb tapping.
Oh yes.
Your own. Did y'all use your hands or did y'all use the stylus with like the? Well, I don't know with the 3DS.
Bit of
I never had
both.
3DS. I had regular DS.
I did both.
Okay.
For just text mashing, I was just thumbs. Same way, like tapping the screen with the thumb and hitting the L and the A. For move selection, I would move over to the stylus and then tap the screen with the stylus.
I would do a weird mix, which is if what I was tapping was on the left side of the screen, I would just use my left thumb, and if it was on the right side, I was holding the stylus on my right hand anyway, so I would use the stylus then.
I think that's mostly what I did, but
Looks like
I
Insane's got a
don't
good
use the
start. I saw Foresight turn 1 from the Machop. Okay. So it was unlikely he would have had to get naturally critical hits on either of those low sweeps, but was safely through Hideki. So 2 out of 3 in this section of Hideki battles. We did also get word that that Wartab will be finished for the day. Wartab, unfortunately, has not finished a run, so no time on the board for Wartab for day 1. He will be back tomorrow. And remember, those Alpha Sapphire runners do get a 60-second handicap to their time.
GG's for Wartab. We still have another day. The game's gonna do the crap it does. So
yeah, and again, this is a game that is very difficult to finish a run, let alone a good run. As we saw, like Headbob had a run that got through Norman, but it was like pace just wasn't there. Well, gang, we're kind of coming up on the end of our 2 hours here. Any final thoughts from the excitement that we saw? Tucker taking the lead with a 255. Plenty of Hideki action. Is there anything that stands out in these last 2 hours?
Just another shout out to Lucas and Pokeguy for recovering after awful run losses. You know, I would always gotta give props for the people that stand up. You know, even after getting knocked down very painfully.
yeah, like what Tika and Nick have said, like this is not an easy game to finish a run. It can you definitely need to have some solid mental to keep going and pushing, especially 12 hours, 2 days. So congrats to everyone, GG's to everyone, and I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, and listen, these are like 9 of the finest speedrunners in our entire community. I mean, talk about like such mental strength. I mean, how many total speedruns do you think Pokeguy has attempted, right? It's got to be well above the tens of thousands,
that's like
maybe
6
even
or 7
hundreds.
figures easy.
Yeah.
How many figures?
I know he has like 30,000 resets in like Fire Red alone, so
Wait, how many figures?
Yeah, every single manip and whatnot. With that, I'm actually going to bid you two adieu. Thanks for making this a meme post Saturday, if you will. Wink, wink. Nick, Shelty,
wink, wink, nudge.
always a pleasure to hang
Take
out with
care.
you two. Thanks for making this so fun. Thanks for everybody that is still watching Barrier Blitz. Again, we're still just in the middle of day 1. We're going to make a little bit of a trade here. I will bid you a good night and go to the casino myself. The next voice that you are going to hear on this stream is the amazing and one of my best friends. It's Groucho. So take care, you two. Say hi to Groucho for me. And yeah, enjoy Barrier Blitz, everybody.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to see the meme that I dropped on the Barrier Blitz Discord.
Oh, I will.
Take care.